Monica
You
Potter,
always remind me of like.
congratulations on Parenthood being renewed for one more season. The announcement was made fairly recently. Was it nerve-wracking to wait for the decision?
It kind of was because I really we all wanted the show to come back, and I know our fans were pretty. Every time I would see somebody at a grocery store, they're like, "Are you coming back? Are you coming back?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I really didn't know this year. But we're all super excited, and I think that to have 13 episodes is kind of great because it'll give the show a good solid ending, and hopefully our fans will continue to watch and support it. So I think we're all pretty excited about it.
Now, Parenthood has been on the bubble for renewal before, but this case is different. You know you will never be on the bubble again because you're going to get that last batch of 13 episodes to finish out the story. Is that a bittersweet feeling?
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm not gonna lie. It is. I would love the show to go on for 3 more years, but I mean that's just me. I think 8 years would be a great run. So it is bittersweet. I mean, all of us are doing other things and looking to new ventures, but we're a family, and I actually had a dream about Jason Katims last night. I just remembered that. Oh my gosh, that was weird. We were at like some carnival. Anyway, I won't bore you with that. And then we were swimming anyway, so I guess they sort of they all infiltrate my life on a daily basis. And I just saw the crew yesterday. I was doing a different I was doing a talk show, and a lot of our crew was hanging out doing another show, Masters of Sex, and they were all working on it. And they all came out and gave me a big hug because we were on the Sony lot, and I miss them. Like I really do miss the people I work with. We've become such a strong family, and it's going to kind of stink when we're done. It really will.
Having played your character, Kristina Braverman, for 5 seasons now, going into the sixth, have you imagined before possible endings of her story?
Oh gosh, they could go anywhere with her. I'm hoping it goes off on a good note. I don't know that we'll sort of end the story with her, she'll have an ending. I think it's pretty much up to Jason to see where she goes and what we do. I have a feeling that they're not going to tie everything up in a nice, pretty bow. I think they'll leave some loose ends. I think that would be really cool. But
that does sound like a good idea. I think some shows, when they try to wrap things up too neatly, it sort of almost chokes it off in a sense. You can't imagine the lives continuing, but giving it a bit helps.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit of a messier show, which is good. And it also, I mean, you never know. NBC is, I'm optimistic. You never know. We could pull an Oksana Bayul. I use that reference. You don't know who she is, I'm sure, do you?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay. In the Olympics, I sound like a nut job, but she did the last triple sow cow, and it sort of secured her gold medal. I think she won the gold, and so they might pull an Oksana Bayul and just pull one out of the air and do another season. It's a weird reference. I use it all the time in my life, and anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, those were one of the first Olympics that I remember following. So yeah, I definitely remember Oksana Bayul.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because that was the crazy year. That was the year with Nancy Kerrigan, because she was there. Remember all that stuff? Well, you're really young, but that was that crazy year. And I don't know why I'm talking about Oksana Bayul, but now welcome to my brain.
Do you have any idea when the last season will start filming?
I think we're slated to start at the end of July. So it always starts around my daughter's birthday. So, usually 2 weeks in, we have her birthday, and she gets presents from a lot of the cast and crew. It's fun. It's like a little tradition every year. So it's usually around Molly's birthday.
Now, Christina has had a lot to deal with in recent years. She gave birth to a new baby. She battled cancer. But last season, we got to see a proactive side of her, where she launched her mayoral campaign. and then got set to launch a charter school. What were your thoughts about being able to play Kristina in a more empowered sort of situation?
I liked it because, the year prior, she was so far at the other end. While she still had her strengths, she was very physically weak and emotionally weak as well. But I liked last season a lot. It was, in some ways, more challenging than the season prior because I was all over the place with it. And I was talking to someone the other day, and he said, "What was the hardest part about last season?" I said, "I think running for mayor. Pulling that out of the depths of where she was before and, rising up." I think a lot of women can identify with that because, she had nothing to lose. And she realized that she wanted to fulfill her dream of doing this, and she became super proactive. And I kind of love that. It inspired me in a way to do things that I never thought possible. It really has. So she's kind of ballsy. Well, she is. Very. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, Kristina didn't end up winning that mayoral race. Did you know from the beginning of that storyline how the election was going to end up, or did you go into it thinking she could be running this town later on?
We did. Peter and I were both panicked. He was more. I think more panicked. No, we were probably both the same. But he didn't want Kristina to win, and I didn't either. I thought that it would take her away from her kids, and we didn't have too much say, but we did impress upon the writing room a little bit of what we felt, and I think Peter was right. He didn't want to be the stay-at-home dad that was like, the kids were relying on him to make dinner and everything was going crazy, and that would have been like, I don't know, been there, done that. So I'm glad that she lost. Once again, everything wasn't tied up in a pretty bow. She didn't win. She moved on, and she's doing other things. And that's why I love her.
Now, the breast cancer storyline last year brought you and the show probably the most media attention that you've had up to this point, and a lot of critics were lobbying for you personally for awards, and you actually won Best Supporting Actress at a Drama at the Critics' Choice Awards. Did that experience take you by surprise?
That was a really great. It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love to win an award? It's like bingo, except you get a statue instead of money. And I never won a bingo, so it was a really nice night. It was a complete shock, and then I don't know. It's all. I think the coolest times are when you meet people and you're out and about and talking with moms or kids or whatever it is, and they love this show. They love the characters, and that's why, I would like to see the show go until I'm 80. That would be awesome. But it's just, I don't know. We have such a good support group and following, and I think that the fact that, there were journalists that were lobbying for us to get awards and be seen is just awesome. It really is. So
where do you keep the Critics' Choice Award now?
It is right next to, it's in my office, right next to all of my, I'm doing some home stuff, my little home line I'm doing on the internet. It's next to all of my herbs, and they're legal herbs. Well, actually in California that's legal too, but not where you are. So, oh boy. And it's there, and it's next to a picture of my mom and dad. So I covet it, and I love it, and I'm really, really proud of it.
Now, in addition to that award, you were nominated by the Television Critics Association, and then more recently at the Golden Globes. A few years ago, you earned a SAG nomination for Ensemble for Boston Legal. But was this whole past year, the first time that you've been singled out on your own for your performance?
Yeah. You know what? It is. Well, you really did your homework. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it's been, but I take Peter with me wherever because there's no way that I could do and Max and Sarah Ramos and the twins and the entire cast. There's no way you'd do this alone. And the writers and Jason and hair and makeup and craft service and everybody. So it's like when you go and get nominated for something, I feel like you go and you take the entire gang with you because we're a family and we enjoy, and I enjoy other people's successes that came from the show, and we all celebrated it. So it was cool.
Now, an ensemble show like Parenthood has such an impressive cast that, you know, I mean, if that cast would receive a SAG Ensemble nomination, I think it would be, you know, just really incredible. Just the depth of the talent and the storylines on that show from year to year.
Well, it would also be really interesting to see us all at the SAG Awards. Imagine the Braverman table at any award show. I was thinking about that when we were at the Golden Globes, and I was like, imagine all of us here together. And I miss them. I was like, I saw like a Modern Family table, and I was sitting with lovely people, wonderful people, but I was like, that would be so cool for all of us to be together like we normally are in Zeke and Camille's backyard, throwing food, people getting drunk, you know, swearing. We might get kicked out.
That would be a story.
It would be very fun.
Yeah. Now, how, you know, people always joke about how they treat TV people at the Golden Globes. They, you know, seat them in the back. Poor Jacqueline Bisset this year, who you were nominated.
I know.
All the way around. Were you did they put you in the cheap seats?
Oh no, I was right next to Harvey Weinstein. No, I was in the cheap seats. Yeah, I felt bad for her because she was running up, and there literally is nowhere to sit at all because it's so crammed. And I remember my dress was stuck underneath about 3 or 4 people's chairs. So I was like, if they happen to call my name, I don't know what to do because I'm really stuck here. And thankfully whatever. I'm glad that she won. I'm a big fan of her, Jacqueline's. And so when I saw her running up, I was like, please get up there, take a deep breath, because you have no idea what you get up there and there's so many people there. It felt like a big high school reunion, and the really cool people in television, you know, in film are up at the front, and there's Bono, and there's, you know, Harvey Weinstein, and there's all these film actors, and then, you know, there's the TV actors who I happen to love, and I love all of them, but it was sort of like, you feel a little segregated. You feel a little, you know, I don't know if that's the right word, but you feel, but at the end of the day, everybody was talking to everybody, so it was fun.
Now, the stubborn Emmys right now are the only groups that haven't really honored You or the Show in a big way, except for one guest acting nomination for Jason Ritter a couple of years ago. If they do embrace you this year, do you have any ideas what episode you might submit from the past season that you think is your best work?
Man, last season was a long season. There's not a chance in hell that I'll be nominated. I'm putting that on the record right now. But let's see. Trying to think. I don't know, the stuff at the beginning of the year was tough because it was all political stuff, and it was very uncomfortable for me personally as an actor to do that political jargon. I think probably the episode where Gwen dies, probably that, because that to me was a tough one to do.
Yeah, I remember that episode in particular. I had that episode in my mind when I watched it, and you have that speech at her, at her bedside, talking about your hopes and dreams while you're also saying goodbye to her. How long did that was that scene to shoot? Was that like a grueling whole day?
No. We did that. They set up 3 cameras, and I just, no, it was actually. It was not. It was not grueling at all. I mean, everybody was on set, and everybody was crying, and everybody was, it was just it was a beautiful moment. It wasn't grueling. It wasn't. It was kind of magical in a way. It was. That sounds like a cheesy word, but it was one of those moments that you'll never forget as an actor. And everybody was in the same place. There was a high level of respect and um, dignity for the character of Gwen, and it was it was one of the most awesome days ever in my whole career. And there are like five I can count, and when you have those moments in a scene that just feels so real and raw, and that was for sure one. That was one of them. Um,
You've played Kristina now, I think, longer than you've played any other role on screen. When you're finally done with the
Thinking along.
series wraps, are you looking forward to maybe taking on a completely different kind of character, or maybe someone else who's kind of like Kristina?
Um, I would like to do. I don't know. I'd like to see where the wind blows me. um, I think I'd like to do some funny stuff, some comedy. I do find funny moments in Christina a lot. I think that she's dry, um, and she's kind of quirky. So maybe that's me bringing Monica into her. But I think that I would like to try comedy. I think that would be fun. I've always loved it, and um, I don't know that I'm funny, but I'd like to try it. You know.
Are you interested in maybe another television series, or maybe stage or film work? Which way would you lean, do you think?
I would think I like TV. I really like TV. I like the schedule it allows. I like being home with the kids. I like working. It's on this show. It is the hours are awesome because we have the best producers in the land and the best 80s ever. And so we have a pretty good lifestyle. I think I like television because I can be at home and I can cook and I can do what I want to do with the kids and schedules and the thought of going away and doing a movie, it's fine too, but I really like TV. And stage is a whole other ball of wax. That I'm going to do in my 60s or 70s.
Well, best of luck to you on your future 60s and 70s stage work. We'll talk to you then about your upcoming Tony nomination.
That's next. Just wait. You haven't seen me tap dance. It's awesome. And sing. Wow, I can really put on a show. I don't. Yeah. That stage scares me. I'm going to be honest with you. Kudos to those that can do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, best of luck on the upcoming season. Congratulations on the past 5 years and the last one and the Golden Globe nomination and your Critics' Choice Award and all that. It's great to be able to chat with you now that you have some awards hardware on your shelf finally.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very nice, and you did your homework. That is that's not lost on me. So thanks.
Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.
All right. Have a great weekend. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Now do I